I don't. All right, we're live.
Started. Okay. It normally doesn't say recording started. Are we live? It
It
says
says
live up in the
live.
corner.
Yeah. Wait, recording. I'm not recording. Are you recording?
No,
Yeah, no.
I don't
Okay.
think I am.
I think YouTube is recording, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, I got the notification we're live.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a little bit of there's 30 seconds of a delay.
Yeah.
That's kind of a big delay.
There normally is a good, I feel like a good bit of a delay. At least 10-second one. When I'm watching, like, I'll put, if I'm on my, I can put this thing on my TV to watch it while I'm on live, which while I've done that before when I'm on sprints with people. When I'm off the sprint, I'll put it on the TV so it's bigger and I can see it without having to like go in front of the camera again. So I'll do that when I'm on sprints, and there's at least like a 10 to 20-second delay.
Huh. Yeah. Interesting. We did not get very far on this book.
No, we did not.
Yeah.
Let's turn my TV on. So we can see what's
I
going
feel
on.
like we have to be
Yeah.
a little more. We have to be more productive on the reading.
Yes, not just talking like all of this different stuff for like 40 minutes.
Which is crazy because we like the book is really good. I mean, we've done 4 chapters.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
It's the kind of book that I feel like we could have just like kept reading straight through.
Yeah, and we could have gotten to like 20% yesterday, but
yeah, we got off on some tangent. We started late and we got off on a tangent.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it would be cool if we could do like 2 or 3 sprints before we have to go tonight.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right.
I need to scrape it open so we can see where we are in the book. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah. Figure out what we're going to do. And we need to wait for Mika, I think.
Yeah. Anything going on with you?
No, not really. I went swimming today. So wet still.
In like a public pool or like?
Yeah, it's like the municipal pool, but it's like for lap swimming or for like swimming. Like,
okay.
I mean, I think in the mornings they have like water aerobics there.
Okay.
They also just have lanes that you can swim in.
Interesting.
So, yeah, I'm trying to swim 3 days a week.
Ooh.
And then I'm trying to go back and do the couch to 5K. I started doing it and I only got 2 weeks. And then like my knees were hurting so bad I couldn't even walk. And I was eating ibuprofen for 2 weeks because I just was laying in my bed crying, trying to sleep because my knees hurt so bad.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I kind of think that it may be that when I run, have I already had this conversation with you? I can't remember.
No, I don't feel like I've heard about this couch to 5K thing. So,
okay. Yeah. So I noticed the last time I ran, when I basically, it's not even running, I was like hobbling like a man with a cane. That's how I felt like I was running, like a man with a cane. But I looked and I think like my feet are rolling in. So I was like, you know what? Let me see if I find an insert for my shoes that will give some arch support there. So I waited 2 weeks and let myself sort of stop crying in pain.
Yeah.
I was sitting around. And so I started back at it yesterday.
Okay, cool.
I don't know if the problem is the inserts or I don't know. It was fine, but I sort of feel like, oh my gosh, I don't know. We'll see how I run again tomorrow. We'll see how I feel.
Maybe it's just like you're just worried that your knees are gonna get screwed again. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm so afraid that I'm just not going to be able to do it. That like my running days are over. That I'm now like the old woman with the bad knees that can't run.
No, I think I don't know. I think you'll be able to. I think you'll be able to do it. Have you watched like? I mean, maybe you guess you used to run as well, but like tutorials on specifically how to move your feet when you're running and your legs when running.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I never had this problem until so like 2 years ago I tried to do the couch to 5K and my ankles and my knees were hurting so bad that I couldn't do it.
Hmm.
Then I thought it was because like I just had it was COVID, right? And so we were literally doing nothing but sitting around
Yeah.
on couches, right? So I thought, well, maybe I just don't have like the base level of muscle support around my knees
Yeah.
to be able to handle the pounding on the pavement. And that may still be true, although I walk everywhere. And so
Hmm.
walking doesn't give me any
Hmm.
trouble. It's just the running. And it's not even like I'm running fast. I'm not
Yeah.
running fast. I'm not running hard. I'm
Hmm.
barely jogging, right? It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
I'm embarrassed when I'm running down the street and old ladies are walking faster than me.
Why don't you walk then? Just walk. I'm saying you say
I
you walk everywhere, but like walk
I know.
like on a track or wherever you're running at. Like do it, I don't know, as much or more than you're running.
I know. It's just not the same.
Because I can't run. I don't even know anything about freaking exercising at all. Like, I'm like like I tried to do yoga the other day. I was like, I'm gonna do yoga. Like I'm gonna start exercising today.
Oh, yeah, yoga's
I mean,
good. Hi,
I
Mika.
mean, um, and I tried to do it, and everything. Day one was great. Everything was fine. Did it. I skipped a day. I was like, I'm gonna stop a day, and the next day I'll do it. Did it again. My back hurt so bad, literally so bad.
Ooh,
Like it was. I had to like it was like something
what?
pulling on my spine, like all day, and like it got better like a couple days later, and it's sort of came back, I guess. So I'm like, I don't want to hurt my back again. Like my dad has a
I feel
horrible
like
back.
yoga shouldn't hurt your back.
Yeah,
Yikes.
it felt like when I was doing this thing, it felt like it just feels like my spine is like connected to my tailbone, and whenever I like sit up, it feels like my spine is being pulled on.
Ew, that's
Yeah,
not
I don't know. I saw this episode of Grey's Anatomy. Maybe I'm being like, I watched an episode of Grey's Anatomy where a kid had his spine, something was connected to his spine, and I think, or something like that. Where when you grow up, it's supposed to like break or rip or whatever, and it didn't, and so his spine was being pulled on. And I'm like, is that what's happening to my spine? But it's like I've never had this problem really before, so I don't think it's that. But I think he was probably a lot younger than me too, and not 19, and this is happening. So I don't
no,
know. I want
I
to.
feel like whatever you were doing, like that yoga place, you should not do that yoga anymore.
Yeah, it was like a simple like beginner like yoga stretch in the morning. Yoga with Adrian, very popular yoga YouTuber.
With Adrian is very popular.
Yeah, and I I don't know. I mean, it was very light, but it's also like it being very light for a normal person is like a lot for me. Like I can't. I like fell multiple times. My knees were like rug burn. My hands were rug burn because
Oh,
like I don't have a yoga mat, and it's like I guess I'm gonna do it in my room on my carpet, and that's better than the hard wood. But like my carpet doesn't have padding under. I guess I just also realized that because we just kind of like threw it down. I mean, it's secured in there, but it doesn't have padding. My dad's a carpet installer, and
okay.
he doesn't do that anymore because it destroyed his back. And but he's like, we're not like we don't have like we can't afford padding right now, and if you don't want like the plywood with paint on it after we redid your floor, let's put this roll of carpet we bought down. So there's no padding, so it is kind of just like shag on top of uh, plywood. So not exactly the best for the hands and the knees, but I don't know. So I'm like, I gotta start working out, or I gotta start like doing stuff that's like physical because I just like sit in bed all day, and then like my mom's like, we gotta start working out. So it's like, okay, I'll do that, but like, how do I not crack my body in half? You know what I mean?
Do you have a place in your like? You don't have a neighborhood really, but can you
No.
walk? Like, is there a place
So
to?
it's a place to walk. So we have when you get off the bridge, there is you could walk that road. It is a I say one lane. It's just a blacktop road that's like two cars wide, but there's no lanes, there's no like lines. It's just blacktop. And so if someone's coming in and you're leaving and someone's coming in, you just kind of pull over to one side. And so once it's fall and there's no spiders in the trees, I will I can start walking that road because I'm not going under trees in the summertime. Are you crazy? I've seen spiders go woo right next to my dad, and I'm like,
No.
not happening. So once it's fall and all those bugs are dead, I'm gonna start walking that road, and I think it's like 2 miles long. And then I could like one of our neighbors, I think she lives like a little bit farther up than we do. She used to walk to my mom's work, which is the Dollar General. So that's like a 5 mile walk. So I could start walking that road. I'm hoping to do that like multiple times a week once it actually gets stably cool and
Yeah.
all the leaves go.
Get like a fluorescent vest to wear though, so people can see you in case
Yeah.
they're
Yeah, maybe, yeah. I do it during the day, or it's like it's light out still. And then yeah, I would not do it at nighttime. When it's night out there, there's zero street lights. So
yeah.
we're driving and the only thing that's luminescing is the headlight. So absolutely not worth doing it. Also, it's creepy as hell. Okay. The Appalachian forest has plenty of lore that my dead body doesn't need to be a part of that lore. So we're just
No, no. I couldn't live in a forest.
no.
But speaking of lore, Mika has a poltergeist. Mika, do you think you really do?
Or are you just joking here? Hopefully you're just joking.
Or like, how could a glass
Table fell.
fall from the table in an empty room? I don't know.
That's curious. Do you have animals? You have cats, right? You have a cat? I could be
Why
right.
do I feel like I remember she has a cat? But then I feel like she doesn't have any animals. You're the one with the cat.
Yeah.
I
But
don't know.
is it like I'm sure there's something. This is the kind of thing my dad would spend hours investigating, being like, there has to be a reason we're gonna find it. So
It's weird. She doesn't have any pets.
huh. Is there like something going on where there's like, do you think maybe like one of the we have a glass table on our front porch. Maybe one of the bars snapped. Like, is it exposed to water? Because it could rust through the enamel or whatever. So like, or is it just like out there and did one of the thing snap? Is it like our table, like the legs? I think the legs underneath. There's like a little like catch of like metal in the middle. Like it's like a design in the middle, and then it comes like out to be legs. So is it going straight down to the floor? I don't know. I don't know how tables work really.
I thought I felt a little bit of an earthquake last night,
Ooh.
but then I never heard anything about it. So I must have just been like,
Yeah.
up. But maybe you had an earthquake, Mika.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Because I don't know if you guys are getting, I don't know if, I mean, a hurricane, I feel like I always conflate a hurricane and earthquake.
Oh yeah, those are two different things. Hurricane and earthquake. I'm like, what?
Yeah. I don't know.
Huh. Wait, so your glass was just on a plain old wooden table. Yeah, this is weird.
Do you think there's a reason? Like, do you think like there's something going on over there that like,
Yeah, she thinks there's a poltergeist.
yeah, I mean, like, do you think there's a reason it happened? Like, if you're gonna, I don't know, like, the reason that some sort of force, poltergeist, God, whoever broke this for a reason.
Oh, I don't know. Mika,
don't
are
know.
you pissing people off? Are you pissing the poltergeist off? Maybe. I did feel a quake, but that would explain it. I guess. I feel like if
Yeah.
you have an earthquake enough to make a glass fall off a table, you would feel that.
Yeah. I've only ever really experienced, because we really didn't have earthquakes. We had aftershocks from the earthquake. So like where we lived in Philly, and we're in row homes. I was in the next door neighbor's house with my mom, and she was my friend, so I'm over there. And we were sitting on the floor eating McDonald's, and one of the moms sitting on the couch was like, "What do you guys just do?" Because they felt the couch like lift up in the back and then drop back down. Like, what were you guys doing? What are you guys doing? And then my dad like runs out of their house and it's like, it's an earthquake. Our house next door. And it's like, there's an earthquake coming. So we abandoned the McDonald's and we went outside, and I don't know. I don't really remember. I remember my dad saying
You're not supposed to run outside in an earthquake.
you're not?
No, you're supposed to stand in a doorway, in an interior doorway.
Huh. I thought that you're supposed to leave the building because it's a collapsing building potentially.
No, because when you run outside, you're in danger of being hit by falling debris and killed. But for whatever reason, I guess if you're standing in a doorway, the doorways are a little bit stronger or something. So you're supposed to be right.
I mean,
Doesn't
these are
make any sense to me, but that is what they say.
these are old row homes from the 30s that don't have studs. Our house didn't have studs. Our house was made of brick, and my parents were afraid all the time it would fall down because they're rooms, so they're supposed to be supported on both sides. They're designed to be supported, and the house next to us didn't exist. So one side of our house wasn't supported, and so we would. I think we dipped. I don't think any of those door frames would protect us, to be honest. And I don't remember a ton from it. I was probably like 5, 7 when this happened, probably. I don't believe in ghosts. Okay, good.
All right. So what should Mika, we have to do some more reading today.
Yes. We've only been talking for 15 minutes.
More reading, less talking.
Yeah, okay.
All right. So we're starting at chapter 5.
Yes.
We're going to try to get 3 sprints in if we can.
Yeah.
We might not be able to, but we'll see.
Yeah.
All right. So if we read like 5, 6, 7.
5, 6, 7, which is probably getting more than that, but let's see.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Clicking on the book so I can see how long the chapters are. I'm gonna have to be tethered to my television. This is how long the cord is. I'm gonna be stuck like right here. Like, look at this. I'm gonna have to be right here. I'll move this way.
It's totally like grabbing you.
Yeah. Because I don't want to play it out loud because I feel like there might be some sort of scene in which I don't want to be played out loud. So
okay.
I feel like something's gonna happen which I don't like. They're gonna say stuff that I'm like, I don't really want that playing out loud. So
I know. I feel like right now I have to like get back into where we were. All right. So while you're looking at the time,
somebody is with her man. Somebody is with her man's in somewhere. I don't know why I said in. Don't start over. Come on. There we go. Chapter 9.
Even Nate, Addie, and Art Tuttle, the teacher that got fired. I'm back. I'm back in it. I know what's happening.
Okay. Okay. So chapter 5. So I'm reading off of chapter 6, and Mika's reading off of chapter 4, but it's chapter 5. Right. So you have to -1 when you have to add 1 with your chapters. Yes. For you do. Mika.
Who? Mika. Okay.
Mika, yeah. It says chapter 4.
German audiobook that's different?
It's both.
Oh, your audiobook, all the audiobooks are different. So you guys are different than what I'm reading.
Yes, and also we're different from each other. Her book says chapter 4 and it's actually chapter 5. Yours is actually chapter 5 and mine says chapter 6, but it's actually chapter 5.
Oh my God.
So we're dealing with this. So Mika, you add 1, I -1, and Vivian just ignores all of that craziness that we always bring.
It really, really is.
Okay, I can only see. Come on now. Come on, just show me more chapters. You freak. Okay, so we have chapter 5 is about 9 minutes long. Chapter 6 is 10 minutes long, and then a little less than 10 minutes long, and then chapter 7 is also a little less than 10 minutes long. So we could do 3 chapters for about 30 minutes, which probably will be short, but I don't know how long the next chapter is, to be honest, because this thing won't let me. Oh, wait. What if I do that?
So that's 30 minutes on 1 time speed?
Yes.
Then I think we need to read at least 1 more.
Yeah, I can't scroll down, so I don't know how long the next chapter is. Mika, if you got that for us, let us know.
I'm guessing it's probably another 10 minutes.
Why won't this let me scroll down? I can't scroll down, guys. I can't scroll down. Let me look on chapter 8, see what happens in chapter 7. Do not play. Okay. There we go. Can I scroll down now, please? Thank you very much. Oh. Come on. It won't let me scroll down. Why? So I can't see what happens next.
All right. Well, let's do 5, 6, 7, and 8, which for Mika is 6, 7, 8, and 9.
Nope.
No?
It's 4, 5, 6, 7. Right?
I guess. Mika, did you not have a prologue?
Good question, I guess. Then, yeah. Because the prologue may have been labeled as chapter 1. No, wait. The prologue.
Except it can't be. So she didn't have a prologue or a chapter 1.
Let us know, Mika, if we're right. Like, I thought you said that like the label of your chapter is currently labeled as chapter 4. Like the one we're going to start next will be labeled as chapter 4. Let me know if I'm right about that. So,
yeah. Can you like listen to the very beginning of what you're doing and tell us what the first sentence is?
Yeah.
Wait, the next chapters are 9, 9, 9, 4, and 6? What?
So your thing's all screwed up.
Wait. No. That's the time. 9 minutes. Okay, I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense. Okay, that does 9 minutes, 9 minutes, 4 minutes, and 6 minutes. Okay.
Okay, so that's 5, 6, 7, and then 8 and 9.
Huh? 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay. So we're going to read 5 chapters.
Okay. 5, 6, 7, Sorry, singing hot to go over here.
Is that right? And it starts with, my husband is with another woman.
Yes.
Wait, hang on. I think I said the wrong way around yesterday. Mine is the same as Tina's.
Oh, okay. We're good. Yes. So we add a number. So we're starting on chapter 6 and we're going to chapter 10 through chapter 10.
Okay. So then maybe should I fix this thing? Oh no, we're the 3 of us. Well, then if 2 of us, hang on. If 2 of us are doing this and you guys are on the same thing, I'm going to change this to say 6, 7, 8.
No, we can just add one. I don't have to know. It's because you're the correct one. I would think at least.
All right. So we'll say done when you're done with chapter 9, right?
Yes.
When you're done with chapter 10.
Yes.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's so confusing. All right. Are you ready?
Yes.
Me too. This is going to be good. All right. I'll see you guys in like half hour or something like that.
Okay. Happy reading. I'm done. I'm sorry. I have to comment in the private chat. I just want to okay.
I'm
Sorry,
like,
did you
is
see
she
that?
done? Is she-
I contacted you like I don't know what to do. Sorry about that.
All right. Okay. So did you see Mika had a couple of comments?
Oh no, I didn't notice them.
Yeah. All right. I think based like on the very first chapter that we started reading, Lady
Yeah.
ma'am, don't fantasize about scratching the eyes out of every pretty girl your husband meets. What's the common denominator here? Your husband.
Yeah.
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 She's so um
I don't know. I want to call her a word, but I feel like I'm not gonna curse on this live. So I just don't like her. I just like she seems like the worst.
I don't even know what word to call her. Insecure? She's super insecure.
Yeah. But
But then
also
it's
like
also like go ahead.
I don't know. I don't know. You keep going.
I was gonna say, like in the first chapter, she wants like her husband to drive the car off a cliff, right? So to kill them both. Now
Right.
she's like shoplifting, but she's not. I don't know what her deal is. Though you probably drove him away with the constant self-hate and suspicion. Totally self-hate. Like she
Yeah.
totally like yeah.
Yeah. I don't really have like I don't know. I feel like first I had some sympathy for her, but I feel like I've lost all sympathy for her throughout like these last 4 or 5 chapters or whatever. I just feel like I'm not like I really don't like her.
I feel like I have a ton of sympathy for her because I'm like, something is going on with this woman, but I don't know what it is. Now, maybe when
Yeah.
I find out what it is, I will not have sympathy for
Yeah.
her. But right
Yeah.
now, I'm like, she, like, I don't know how she got to be who she is.
Yeah. Yup. And that might lend more sympathy as we discover that, right? But at least to me it will. But
Or, yeah. And for me, it might make it go down depending on what we
it depends
find
on
out.
what it is, right? Okay. But
Yeah.
it's a common thing of like you kind of just get stuck in life. You get pulled into like what you're supposed to do with your life. You're supposed to have like a job, supposed to be married, supposed to, do the right things, whatever. And so that to me is like, well, if you don't choose not to do that, then that's like, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's a thing of like you have to know that you have other options, but to me, it's somewhat I don't know annoying in some parts because like you're an adult, you should know, but it's also like you might not, and that's okay. Like you might not know to make your own decisions. You might think that that's the best, and I don't know, and that can be I don't know a little bit annoying, I guess to me, but I don't know.
So I feel like she's making her own decisions, but
But
she's
she,
just making bad decisions.
yeah, like she's like it's like if you're
Oh,
married,
well, then
you
I'm
know.
like, look, she's trying to like, I don't know, have a relationship with her husband, and he's having none of it.
Yeah, and I don't know. It doesn't seem like that's coming from a great place though. Like she's
No,
only trying to
I
have a
agree.
relationship with her husband just to show that lady at school or just to prove a point that she can have a good relationship with her husband.
Well, I don't know. I don't think I got that.
Okay.
Hang on, but Mika might have gotten that. I love an unreliable narrator. Both of the narrators are unreliable. Neither one of these narrators is telling us anything.
That's true.
They are
I
keeping it
actually
very close to the vest. The end of every chapter is, except
yeah.
everything I just told you is it didn't really happen. Or
I I
and
don't
then
know. I don't know what's her name? What's the girl's name? What's like the little girl's name? Not the little girl, Addie. She's 17, she's a little girl. I like I don't know. I don't know if Andy is exactly unreliable. I think that I think she's written to be suspenseful. I actually, at first, I didn't like her, but as the chapter, I started to really like her in this bit, and I think it's very interesting because it feels very like I've never read it, but very like Lolita like Lolita. Is that what it is? Right?
oh yeah.
Like it feels very like she's clearly, at least that's the way I viewed it. In this chapter, she's supposed to be laying out that she is craving a male figure in her life, a stable, non-romantic, parental male figure in her life. She doesn't have that. She's trying to get that from men, and male teachers around her are inadvertently or purposefully abusing that. Like Nate winks
I'm
at.
not getting any of that at all.
Oh, okay. That's how I'm feeling. Like that's all I got was like I don't really care about Eve and what happened like during that part. Like
You're
that's what
like interested in Addie.
I'm interested in Addie now because I feel like she like Nate winks at her. Nate is like weird, being weird with her, and
Yes, but I didn't think of that as being like flirtatious. I thought of that as like, I don't know, how teachers like wink because like, oh, my favorite student actually is paying attention and knows what's going on. So it's
that
this between us. We're the only people in this room who know who Edgar Allan Poe is.
yes, of course there's a non-romantic wink, and I totally understand that, right? My dad winks all the time, but like I just think it's very it it feels like, especially with the situation in which has happened, you should be, I don't know, it just feels like it should be more, it feels like she thinks I just tried to have a relationship with this man to, be connected with someone, and now it's getting villainized, and she's trying to do it again, and maybe he's unaware that he's doing something that
Trying to have a relationship with anyone. I feel like if anything, she's trying to like not have relationships with anybody.
I don't know. What do you? No, I don't see that. What do you mean by that?
Like she doesn't have any friends. She's like a pariah at the school.
Do you think
She's like,
trying not to,
is she
trying not to have any friends?
she's not trying to have any friends,
Mm.
right? Like I don't know what happened last year. I don't know why she and Hudson are not friends anymore. I don't know the story with Mr. Tuttle or whatever his name was.
Yeah,
It's like nobody's telling us what happened. They're just
no,
making us believe that she like made a false report about him or something. But then she's like, no, I told everybody nothing happened.
yeah, and
So I feel like, did Tuttle say something happened? And then I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I'm not so sure that she's a Lolita,
okay,
but I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah. I don't know because I think that she's clearly there's. I think something is going to start happening, or people are going to start thinking something's happening with her and Nate. And
What,
also, Eve said in the chapters, said, "Can't believe she did this thing to one of the best men I've ever known, Mr. Whatever his name,
right,
okay,
right.
Mr. Tuttle." And so I think she's going to be very like wary of Addie, especially around her husband, and that it's going to cause something, and maybe potentially, I don't know. It could get like real good where like they realize that her husband is like crazy, and then they murder him, and that could be the dead body burying. Is that they bury the dead body together? That could be awesome. That could be awesome. But
I kind of think it might be Addie as the dead body. I don't know.
I guess, yeah,
I think
if the
Nate
story gets
is a
more and more crazy.
horrible guy. I think Nate, here's why I don't like Nate. The only character I don't like right now in this whole book is Nate. And here's
Oh,
why. Because
huh.
he is a good looking guy and
Mhm.
he knows that he's good looking and he uses that as like power.
Hmm. Okay. I don't dislike him yet. I'm wary of him.
Yeah.
My dad better shut that door. Anyway, not the point. Um. So anyway, sorry about that. I'm getting distracted. Dogs are barking, and my dad's supposed to shut the door. My mom's at work, but he's not going to. So I don't distrust Nate yet, but I don't love it. I don't like Eve.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. So Mika says I had sympathy for Eve before she directed her rage at other women.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if Nate actually doesn't cheat, but just needs a break from the tension at home.
See, yes,
I feel
yes.
like he's part of the reason why there's tension at home. I mean, obviously, they're both takes two people to like have tension.
But I don't know. I don't distrust him yet. But
I guess I'm not sure what is happening at home.
Yeah, so we don't really
I
know.
I don't know how they got to the point where they kiss 3 times a day and, like, have sex once a month or whatever it is. I
Yeah,
don't understand how they got there.
yeah, there has to be a reason that we're there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He might not be interested because it's not easy if you are watched for any misstep. Right. But how did they get to the point where she's watching him all the time? Do you think they started off like that, that it's always been like that? Or did they start off like when they first were dating and got married? Well, Nate seems like, I don't know, maybe not in the chapter we just read, but in a chapter earlier in the book, he seemed like he at least liked his wife.
Yeah. Yeah, he wasn't doing anything like that didn't dislike her,
Yeah.
which I think is so. It's so. She also, I think she does that a lot. Not does a lot. I think I'm not. I don't want to spoil anything for her past. The books I've read from her, 2 books I've read. Actually, probably shouldn't say any of this stuff. But I feel like there's some writing a man who's like, oh, he's horrible, and then you realize throughout the book that he actually like isn't. Like, so like I don't know. I feel like there might be some. I don't know. I don't want to say things because it's gonna spoil the other books I read, but I feel like there's some things I'm not gonna love about the way this is concluding based on the other books I read from her that are not The Housemaid. Serious, I don't want to say that. But I'm a little concerned now. Calling
No,
those characters.
we don't know anything about these people. And it wouldn't be Freida McFadden if one of these 3 people were actually the hero and one of them were the villain. And we just don't know which one it is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And we're not getting a lot from Nate, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was Nate. That's I guess what I'm trying to say.
That was the hero or the villain.
The hero.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Uh,
Hmm.
I am curious what happened last year.
For sure. Yeah. There's 85 chapters in this book.
Because they're all like 5 minutes long.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking over there and I'm like, I don't know, how far are we into it? And it's like 85 chapters.
I mean, if we read 5 chapters at a time and
Mm.
then talk for like, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes, we're going to do like 10 sprints tonight.
I can't scroll down again. Mika, help me. Mika,
I
you're
think
neat.
we should just do 5 more chapters
Okay. Yeah.
because I feel like we're reading a lot of chapters, but I still don't feel like anything is happening.
No.
Like we're 10 chapters in and the story has not progressed.
Has not. Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to read, I'm going to read 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. And you guys are reading 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah? All right.
Sorry, I won't be able to be the audiobook measurer on this one because my thing's not working.
I feel like they've got to be, I mean, if everything we've read is anywhere from 4 to 10 minutes,
We'll be fine.
it's going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We'll see. All right.
Okay.
Wait, why did that not? Oh, good. It did change. Okay. I was like, why is it still saying chapter 6? It's not.
All right.
All right. I'll see you guys in a bit.
Yes. Happy reading.
Okay, Mika is way ahead of us now.
Oh, I accidentally read chapter 15. Okay. Yes, so that is where she says that it was Annie. Annie's the next chapter. It's not going back to Eve. So
Well, does anything happen in the next chapter? Because I still feel like I'm waiting for something to happen.
I don't know. I feel like there's developments happening. I don't know. I think there's developments happening. We got what do we get? We got Eve. No. We got the situation with the teacher calling her into his office. And then Mr. Tuttle being like, stay away from her, beware of her.
Yeah, that Mr. Tuttle thing was weird.
For sure. Yeah. Sorry. So
like they're
yeah.
having this nice conversation and then they say goodbye. And then the next thing you know, he's like all up in her face going, be careful.
Yeah, I don't know. Like that was I don't know. And I'm still on Addie's side with this whole thing. I'm still like I like her still. And I'm starting to like her even more because she's like she knows that going into his office isn't a good idea. But then he's like, "Oh, I like your thing." And she's like, "Oh, okay then. Well, I guess going in your office is a good idea." But it's
Like,
still
I'm so curious what happened because it's like clear that Addie never accused him of anything, but it's also
yeah.
clear that Tuttle was acting very weird
Yeah.
and inappropriately.
Yeah.
Like, can't bring students to your house, right?
Yeah. No. I mean, if you I think in a different setting, maybe like in a setting where like you have maybe like a group of students or there's an event or something like that potentially, but it's very weird to invite one girl from high school who's like 15 to your house, driving her around if she's in a bad situation and she needs like a drive to school or something like that. That's totally reasonable. My principal, when it was snowing and stuff like that, we didn't have a car and the school was a couple blocks down. And sometimes when it was snowing and stuff like that, the principal would drive by and see if we needed a ride, just like a couple minutes up the road or whatever. Like, and it was me and my mom, and she would just drive us to school sometimes. But or a teacher would if we didn't, if it was raining or whatever, teachers would offer. But it was like that was because we didn't have a car, and it was good for them to offer that. It wasn't like, no, come over to my house for a little bit. You know what I mean?
Like, it makes it seem like something other than what we think happened.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I don't know what it would be
Yeah. No.
that Tuttle would be warning Eve.
Yeah, like she's crazy, and it's like she's gonna. First, it's like she definitely could accuse Eve. Just because Eve's a woman doesn't mean that she couldn't be accused or
Right.
do something. Even you mean right? Like,
Right.
but it's
But
like,
it
oh
makes
man,
me think there's something else, that it's not like a sexual abuse kind of a thing.
I don't know. The knife in the apple is making me think there has to be some sort of situation
Well,
with a
the
knife.
poem that she wrote is making me think he beat her up or something.
Like Tuttle or her dad.
Yeah. Like somehow there was, or that there's some violence going on somewhere,
Okay.
I feel
Yeah.
like,
Okay.
but I don't know. I
I
don't
don't
know.
either. I wasn't really like I didn't. We only got a couple. I only got a couple lines from it. Maybe I was.
Yeah, yeah. I just got like the 2 lines
And I
about,
thought that was more romantic, like a kiss or whatever, like a fiery. But I could be wrong with that.
I don't know. All I saw was fists. Hang on, let me go back and read this again. Uh, Hang on. Let's see what's Mika saying here.
But
Why does everybody think Addie accused the teacher? It seems she didn't actually. I know. I feel very confused why everybody is angry at Addie
yeah,
when it looks like she told everybody that nothing happened. Like
yeah,
that she never made an accusation.
I don't know. And it seems okay. So I don't know how this like I didn't go to high school, and I think my generation might be a little different. I don't know, but like, are people actually like are like I don't know. Are people still bullying people like this in high school? Like, do people not like? I feel like my generation is very like I don't know. We have our beliefs, and so it's like I feel like most people, this was published a couple years ago, obviously. I think most people in my generation would listen to a person if they were like talking about, like, would hopefully be wary of teachers calling into their rooms on private and taking you to their house, and would be willing to listen to another student who said such a thing. I would assume we would be, but I never went to high school, so I don't know.
Well, I also wonder how, like, if something like how much all of this has to do with what happened with Hudson too.
Okay. Yeah, maybe. Because Hudson stopped liking her. Hudson stopped being friends with her, but it's like,
It seems like it all sort of happened at the same time, or
yeah.
that it all is somehow involved, and even like her mom doesn't know
Yeah,
what.
yeah, no.
Yeah, him warning a female teacher tells me it's not actually about an accusation of sexual misconduct. I think so too. So
Yeah.
here's the poem. His fists a volcano, spouting lava from her lips with each blow. That to me sounds like she's getting punched in the face.
Yeah. No, he assumed that was her dad, didn't he?
I have no idea what he assumed it was about. And I'm a little bit wondering why he doesn't want to know what this is about.
Yeah.
Like if someone writes something that makes you think they're being beat up, I mean, you have an obligation to report that to Child Protective Services. So I'm a little bit like wondering why Nate isn't like, can we talk about your poem? I think it's fantastic. It's so lyrical, and so the imagery is amazing, but what is this about?
Yeah. Yeah. Because she didn't say if it was fictional or not, so I don't know.
She doesn't say anything about it, and neither does he. Yes, people still bully others even when they should have grown out of that. Yeah, I feel like, when was the last time you were on social media?
I guess, yeah, that's true. That is absolutely true, yeah. I need to think about that.
Yeah, her father's dead.
Yeah.
And apparently died around the same like, shortly before that too, which was part of why she was
Yes.
troubled. Maybe he's the one that was abusing her? I don't know.
It
Maybe
seems like
nobody's
it was.
abusing her. Maybe
I don't know. I have no clue. Honestly, I don't know. I don't think this added that much.
so Nate might not think she's still in need of saving. Right. Right.
True. Think that her dad's dead, Mr. Tuttle is gone, so she's fine.
Right.
Who
Nobody's
could it
beating her up right now.
be then?
True. Nobody, as far as I know, is beating her up right. And maybe nobody's ever beating her up. I don't know. But I just was like, this line from the poem is quite violent. I feel
Yeah.
like somebody should have asked her about that.
Yeah. And not just called her to his room and then acted so strange.
Yeah, I was worried that he was like inviting her to be part of the poetry thing so that he could hang out with her.
Yeah. So when he tapped her desk like that was so strange. I used to watch Pretty Little Liars. Have you watched that? Maybe Mika's watched it too. And it is, it's about this group of like 15, 16-year-old girls whose friend goes missing, and then they start getting cryptic, like violent text from someone using the same signature as their best friend. Anyway, so that's the plot of the show. But there is a student-teacher relationship between the English teacher, and one of the girls, and which is kind of ironic in this situation. And they do things like that, like they talk in class and stuff like that, and like they'll write, like he'll write, I think he writes some things on her like papers or whatever, and she like wears clothes to specifically like give him information. She goes into class and hands him a paper and then unzips her jacket, and there's like a note on her shirt, and then like she like zips it back up and leaves. And so it's also a crazy show because I was like, that seems fine, like that seems cool, and then like now I'm like, What
And
is
you're
wrong
like,
with
no,
me?
that's not cool at all, is it?
What was wrong with me? Because I was very much like, it's, there's fiction and there's reality, and that's wrong. And I didn't even just think that, like, that was wrong. It seemed, like, totally acceptable in the show. Like, it was just, like, they get married at the end and all that kind of stuff. Like, her parents, like, eventually come around to it, and, like, she still goes to the same school with him. And so, like, that's what's, like, it just doesn't, the show doesn't do a great job of letting, like, reminding you that this is fiction. You can enjoy it in a fictional scenario, but it's,
Well, and in real life, the teacher goes to jail.
yeah, and he should have.
You don't marry your student.
No.
You're going to
Yeah.
jail.
Yeah, and in real life that it's not. I didn't even like, and I was at the time I should have like. I feel like other things I was realizing. Hey, in fiction, you can like it or whatever, but it's not right to do in real life. Like that's horrid. You know what I mean? And but I never really put that together, and I was like, this seems fine.
The problem, not I don't problem might not be the right word, but the problem with fiction is that people read it and think it's okay.
Yeah, yeah, and that, I mean, I think that there's a hopefully people reading it have the knowledge and the forethought to think that it isn't, because they should be aware of that, and people should be telling kids to be aware of that.
Well,
But
like, it should at least be part of the plot line, I think, of the book. That, by the way, if we carry on doing this, one of us could go to jail and that person will be me. But I'm going to still keep doing it because, like, I want to do it.
oh, for sure was it for sure was that there could be a possibility, because they told her parents, and her parents were like, "We're calling the police. We're getting you fired." And she's like,
Statutory rape.
"Yeah, yeah." Actually, yes, I think that. Yeah, it actually. I think I looked
Yeah,
it up in
it's
the state.
statutory rape.
Yeah, because of. I actually like it's set in the state I grew up in. It's set in Pennsylvania, and so I actually looked up the law, and it is for sure. Actually, well, it is. It only is because he's a teacher, and so if they were not teacher student, their relationship would actually be totally legal, which is crazy that she's like 17 and he's like in his 20s. She's 16 when the show starts. So in Pennsylvania, the age of consent is 17. It's 16, but because he's a teacher, it's actually illegal. So that's the only reason it was illegal, which is crazy.
At the age of 16, if the partner is 18, but if the partner is over 18, it's older. I'm asking. I know a lot of states do that because otherwise you couldn't have, like, if you're a sophomore in high school, you can't have a senior in high school as your
So
boyfriend.
there was from my memory, at least from back then, there was guidelines within 13 to 16, like age guidelines, like 13 to 15, and then that's allowed. If you're under 13, you can't consent to sexual acts ever, even if it was another
Right.
12-year-old legally.
Right.
Now 13 to 16, I think that was, or 13 to 15, I guess. But once you're 16, I think it was legal for any age, or once it was 17, it was legal for any age. And then for a 17-year-old to be with 18 and up, any age, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And I think it was 16 too. I think a 16-year-old could be with someone to any age, and that was totally legal, which is just like crazy. And
Yeah.
then yeah, so I looked up I looked up the laws on that, because I was like, is this? But it was okay, because it was like within the time frame, like I think they only slept together after she started 17, so it was totally legal. And he was in a different school by that time, so the relationship like ended up being totally legal, like after, like it just like by like the nick of time in later seasons. But yeah, I don't know the laws in this state.
Well, you're over 18, so you're fine.
This girl is 16. That's crazy though.
I think Nate might have done that so he would not paint a target on her back by obviously singling her out. Maybe, but it's not like anybody's looking at her paper anyway or doing, like, I feel like.
Yeah. And you shouldn't, another thing is like you shouldn't be hiding things, because that's the thing, is like you don't like if you're hiding it, there's a reason you're hiding it. And if you're caught doing something like that, then like it could be like, why are you hiding it? Like you should be like you shouldn't tell someone, oh, don't tell your parents this, because that's like a big, like that's something you shouldn't be doing. Right. And there's probably is there cameras in classrooms? There probably should be cameras in classrooms, I think, right? I remember there being cameras in the hallway. But I don't remember if there's cameras in every classroom.
I have
In
no
middle
idea.
school and elementary school. Was there cameras growing up in your schools?
No. But that was 100 years. We didn't even have their
Yeah.
cameras were not invented when I was in school, right? I don't think that there was such a thing as a surveillance camera.
Oh, I guess, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was cameras in every hallway. There was cameras even outside the school and stuff like that. And there was our school had also like a padlock, like a keypad on it or whatever it's called. And it would have a little button you'd press, and then you would like talk to the receptionist, and they'd be like, "Oh, I'm here to pick up. Here's my face." Like they show your face. I'm here to pick up Tina Simeon from school, and then be like, "Okay, you can come in." And then you'd have to like get a pass from like the hallway lady, and then she'd let you into the office.
Yeah, you grew up during school shooting years.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No camera. Oh, I didn't know Claudius is he a teacher? I didn't
Mm-hmm.
know
Oh, there's no cameras in school nowadays. There's no cameras. Yeah,
that. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know that Germany does not have the same trouble that the United States
I
does.
guess, yeah. And yeah, I did grow up during school shooting time. Like we had a drill, we had school shooting drills and stuff like that. And you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta get in that closet and be quiet. And then like that's what you do. And one time they did it and didn't tell us it was a drill. And my mom worked at the school, and so I was like flipping out, like, oh my god, she's literally dead right now. But it was a drill, and they're supposed to tell you there's gonna be a drill today, but they just didn't tell anyone. They didn't tell the kids.
I mean, nobody takes it seriously if it's a drill, but they are
Like
supposed
you
to
know
tell
that
you.
you're not gonna die. Like when you
They
see
are
all
supposed to.
stuff that's going on TV, like you see that the
Oh,
kids are dying.
I know. They're supposed to say because people
The
freak out,
drill.
but
Yeah. Uh-huh. And people weren't taking it seriously, even though they didn't say it was a drill. So, but yeah. And then you have to give your ID to take a kid out of the school. You have to I think you have to give an ID or like two forms of ID or something like that. And then the kid has to come down and literally say, "This is my mom. I know this person. Like this is a parent." To leave. Like you can't just like, "Oh, go meet the kid in the outside or whatever." No, you have to be in the office, confirm it's your mother, confirm you're willing to leave with them, and then you can leave. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which I mean, I don't know. I didn't think anything of that. I was just like, "Great, that's my mom. Let's go." You know what I mean? Thank you for taking me out early today. You know what I mean? Like that's all it was.
it's very difficult to get your hands on a gun here. But Germany is seeing an increase in knife attacks,
Yeah.
not just in schools.
I mean, criminals are gonna find their way to do crimes. If people have access to guns, if criminals don't have access to guns, they're gonna find access to guns. I don't know.
All right. How much are we going to read?
Okay.
What
Let's
time?
get back to
We're
that.
going so fast. Like 5 chapters goes fast, right?
Yeah. Do you want to read more than 5 chapters? I
I
cannot.
do.
I can't tell you how much there is. So, Mika, could you help us with that?
Yeah, Mika, can you help us? Like if we read for like 40, 45 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
how many chapters do we need to read?
We're on chapter 16 or 15. 15, really. But, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, the table of contents is still only going to chapter 8. I cannot scroll down at all. Girl, what's happening here? So let us know, Mika.
I almost feel like we need to read like 8 chapters or 9 chapters.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a lot, but 5 chapters is going so
Yeah,
fast.
and there's like nothing happening.
Yeah.
Also, we've only been here for an hour and 40 minutes.
I know that
We've
like
read twice.
chapters in like 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I could scroll through the chapters and see what we got here. So Um, Chapter 16 is 8. Chapter 15 is 8 minutes long. The next one's about 8 minutes long. 8 minutes. They're all, except one is like 18 minutes. Not 18, 11 minutes. So you want to go to like, or you say, what chapter do you want to go to? Is your goal, I guess.
So, if they're all 8 minutes long and we read 6 chapters, that's like 48 minutes.
Yeah.
No, it's not, because that's at 1 time speed, and we're all going much faster than that.
Yeah. I was listening at 1.8, and then I started listening at 2 times speed.
All right. Mika thinks we can read to chapter 26.
Oh, wow.
I think so too.
Okay.
That's like 10 chapters.
So read through chapter 25.
No, read through including chapter 26. So,
Okay.
right, say done after 26.
Okay, cool.
Wow. We are reading up. Is that your chapter 26, Mika, or mine?
Good question. Good question. I'm assuming chapter 26. I'm assuming we could just throw that on the end and it would be fine. I'm assuming it's not going to be like so long.
So
that's
mine.
her.
Okay,
So read chapter 25.
From chapter 15 to chapter 25.
Yeah, to or through.
And you're doing, so I'll say done when I'm done with chapter 25. You guys say done when you're done with chapter 26.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, that's a plan. Thank you, Mika.
Yes.
All right. Hopefully we're getting somewhere when we get through this big bit. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Happy reading.
Happy reading.
I'm done now. Sorry about that.
No problem. I don't know if Mika is back or if she's still on her phone call, but finally, I feel like we're getting somewhere.
Yes, a lot has happened.
We're learning things we didn't know.
Yes. So the only reason that people thought she was with him because she was at his house in the middle of the night.
Which is
right?
weird.
Which is weird. Which is for sure weird. And I feel like, I don't know, even if you were helping someone, like driving them to school, like she said other teachers do and stuff like that, that's strange, and you really shouldn't be doing that. And I feel like that was totally reasonable to fire him. If we don't know any more context, right? I don't know.
Yeah, we don't have any more context. And it does sort of seem like somehow like the rumor mill got a hold of stuff and maybe twisted everything out of proportion. Oh,
Yeah.
good. Mika's back.
Omega's back, okay? Because I took so long to finish. I don't know why it took so extra long to finish that. But
Can we talk about Eve and the shoe salesman?
that's crazy. That is like, why would you, like, you're cheating on your husband with a shoe salesman? Like,
Well, and like, why are you mad at your husband when you're the one who's like out cheating?
yes. And you're not like, I guess, yeah, but then also you see him be a little bit like not the best at the end of the chapter, and then that creepy, but also, yes, he
Yeah,
has
there's like
more
all
right to be mad.
stuff going on.
He has a right to be mad because she's sneaking out, she's cheating on him, though she keeps trying to pursue a relationship with him. Like, she keeps trying to like kiss him randomly and try to have sex with him and all this kind of stuff. It's like, why are you doing that if you have, Jace or whatever the hell his name is? And also, like, freaking the fake Snapchat thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, that was really funny. But it's like, you're talking to Jace, but you're also want to try to get a relationship with your husband, and then your husband's also like being annoying, and then is also like telling a kid to like that's not, you don't.
I don't understand why Nate is not interested in being affectionate with his wife.
Yes.
I don't know what's going on there with him.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like there has to be something going on with him.
Now I can't read this. Isn't this a classic example of a person who accuses their partner of cheating is cheating themselves? It's apparently very common.
Apparently, yeah.
I mean, I guess
because they know how to be suspicious of something. They know they have something suspicious, and they're trying to find that from the other person.
I was really like, oh my God, what is this shoe guy doing? And
Yeah.
in the next chapter, they're going at it, and they've been going at it for 4 months. I was like, what? This is out of nowhere.
Yeah, I was like, he's rubbing her foot real weird. I'm like, there's something going on here. They're like they're pretending to not know each other.
Oh, you figured it out right away.
When he was rubbing on the arch of her foot,
Yeah.
I'm like, don't touch me. Like, if I went to a shoe store and someone rubbed my arch, I'd kill them. Like, that's crazy.
That is creepy.
Yeah, I'm like, I can put my own shoes on. I don't need you touching me, you freak.
Yeah.
And then he kissed her. I'm like, okay, this is they clearly.
Like, ooh, this is gross. Yeah. And they locked her in. I was like, this is turning bad.
Yeah, no, something bad. Yeah, something good. She's not gonna get home this night. I don't know. I feel like I'm so curious who the dead body is, because a part of me is like, could it be Kaylee or whatever her name is, that girl, and then Nate and Addie buried the body? But that seems a little bit.
That seems extreme.
Yeah, but also, like, why the hell would he be like, okay, I want you to write angrily about this person? It's like, that's weird to like stoke anger, because you're an adult. You should say, hey, let's bring this to the principal. Let's bring this somewhere, because this is unacceptable behavior for people to do this stuff to you, or whatever happened. You know what I mean? And so let's actually address it, instead of saying, let me stoke some secretive anger. Because students, as we talked about before, students writing letters that are angry is something that will be on the television. We found the manifesto. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
When she goes missing. Right. You know what I mean? When something happens, you know what I mean? Also, how do
Oh
you
my gosh. I hope this book doesn't turn into that.
I don't know. I mean, I hope not, but well, I guess we'll see what happens. I don't know. Maybe he's trying to like, I don't know.
I don't know what he's trying to
Maybe Nate seems like a freaking freak though. They all do. I don't like any of these people to be honest.
do.
I kind of like Addie, but that's it.
I like Addie. I feel like she's misunderstood, but then I realized that I may also be misunderstanding her.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Giving her too many benefits. I don't know.
Mm.
Why? Yes. Why did her parents not want her to marry Nate?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
So that makes me think there's something strange about him, and then I think there might be like a. It feels like there's like a paradox between Addie and Eve, which is making me think there's something between Eve and like Nate and the dad.
Mm. Yeah, it is very interesting. This whole dynamic. And like like the birthday thing, and then Nate corners Addie outside the bathroom.
That's so. Also, just the birthday thing. It was like, first of all, I mean, they have a reason to be mad at her because she's cheating on you right now, but you don't know this, or do you?
Right.
Or do you?
As far as well,
Yeah,
I think
right.
he doesn't know it because he's so disengaged with anything that's happening with her.
Yeah, and then him being like, if you're having money issues, like talk about it. Don't like. First of all, where the hell are you buying shoes? First of all, why isn't your man giving you shoes? Like, if your man's just like, also,
He doesn't have any money. He's a high school English teacher. They're barely paying the mortgage.
no, I'm talking about her other man's, her shoe man's, her shoe dealer man.
Okay.
Okay, like you're dating a shoe sailor,
Well,
shoe sailor,
dating would be, I don't know that dating is what they're doing.
sleeping with once a week a shoe dating man in the shoe room. Imagine mine. That's horrendous. That would I would ugh. But you're sleeping with a man in the back of a shoe sales room. Why isn't he giving you shoes?
I
He's selling Louis Vuitton. They should
is
be giving him money. He should probably have a lot of money.
maybe he is because she seems to have a hell of a lot of shoes.
But she's purchasing them with a credit card. She doesn't want her
I
husband.
don't know that she's buying all of them though. She can't afford all of those. Her husband would legitimately be like, "No, I'm taking your credit card away."
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know either. It's all their whole relationship thing is very, very weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
And why do you think she took Kizzy, the girl's keys?
Yeah.
Why did she take her key ring? That
I
seems like a
don't
weird
know.
thing to.
And then to not know that they went missing. I mean, it was. I feel like if your keys went missing, you'd make a big deal out of it. Like, especially a girl like her, she'd be like searching in the principal's office. It'd be a deal in school or whatever. Like, I don't know. So it's like if like I don't know. I mean, maybe you don't care. I don't know, but that's kind of crazy because she might go in her room and murder her. She might murder her, and Nate didn't help him with this. Nate's saying, "Yeah, tell me about it."
Tell me what you would do with
Maybe
your
we'll
ex.
bury her in the woods at the beginning of the book. Like,
I mean, I feel like it could get very. I mean, she's already writing really, really dark poems.
yeah,
So I feel like this letter, I mean, I'm a little bit afraid now that this is going to turn into that kind of a book where that's what happens. Oof. I hope not. I think we lost Tina. Oh no,
am
you're
I?
back.
I'm
No,
back.
yeah. I was like, oh, Tina got shocked into silence.
I froze when I was in a bad position. I frozen.
No, you didn't freeze in a bad position, I don't
Oh,
think.
good.
You
Good.
froze like you were thinking.
Yeah, I am thinking. I've been trying to. I don't know. I don't even know anything else to say other than it's actually getting interesting now.
It is getting interesting.
It's getting thrillery. It's getting like there's a mysteries to be solved.
Oh, maybe she pushed her. I think the mother pushed the father down the stairs. I think the mother maybe killed the father.
Mm.
Because didn't she say that she wasn't home? She got a phone call.
She had got a phone call that her father was found, right?
Yeah.
So
Oh, you think
maybe,
she pushed her dad down the steps and then like ran out of the house and went and did something else?
yeah, maybe. Or or I didn't even think about that. Maybe even like you said, the mother did it, and then maybe there's something going on with that.
Because then it seems like the dad hit the mom, but the dad didn't hit
No,
Addie.
it doesn't seem like that.
Because Addie was like, well, he hit you. That's why I don't like him.
Yeah,
And I was thinking he hit Addie.
yeah. Mm. I mean, maybe two, but for right now we only got that he was
And
he was raped
wouldn't
about.
she have been like, he was beating the shit out of us, mom? Like, he was a
Yeah,
bad man.
yeah, and she wouldn't want to keep defending him, so she would probably tell her mom. So
Yeah.
I guess it was only the mom then.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I
I don't know either.
Yeah,
At
there's
first,
much more to find out. That's
yeah,
all I know.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's still good. I'm
It is
really
good,
like,
yeah. It
yeah.
definitely is
Oh, yeah.
good. At first, it was like it's getting actually interesting now, and like at first I was like, this is a boring plot line, but there's not really. It's kind of like Gilmore Girls. It's not actually, but it's like here's a situation, and then let's see what happens within the situation. Like it isn't like there's a plot to the show. Like we're trying to like do this or do that. It's like here's some people and a crazy. Here's some people. Let everything play out. Let these people's lives play out. And so at first it was like this sounds boring, but
No, I like it. And I like that the chapters are short
yes.
and like she's keeping it moving. Like I like the quick pace of it, that there's just these like random blurbs that I guess supposedly mean something, but like I almost feel like this is a book you sit down and read in one go.
Okay, yeah. I think it'd be easy to do that. We're already we're almost at chapter 30. We're almost uh
My
almost
thing says we're 33%.
wow. Wow. Okay. Hmm.
Yeah, I feel like I mean, I'm definitely still wondering what is going on. It's not like the other books, mystery sort of books that we read where we kind of have theories.
No.
This is not like I have no theories,
No, no,
really.
no, 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 no.
No idea where we're going or what's going to happen.
No strong theories. Just kind of like anything could happen.
Yeah, Mika doesn't want to read the whole book today. No, I'm done
We could,
too.
but we're not going to.
No, we're not going to.
You guys were up. You were up really late the other. You were up messaging on Discord at like late in my night. I'm like, how are you awake right now?
Yeah, no, because I had a client, so I was awake.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So no homework. Let's not no homework this
Okay.
for
Sure.
right? We're doing like because we're making good time, right?
Yeah. Uh huh. And we can, even if we don't do homework, we can probably finish.
Uh-oh. Come back.
Sorry
We
about
can
that.
finish.
Wednesday or next Monday.
Yeah, we
Monday.
might finish on Wednesday because we like when we read, it goes really fast.
Yeah. And the next chapter is 3 minutes long. So,
Yeah. So it's really fast. I think reading the 10 chapters at a time, that was the way to go.
okay. Yeah. Okay. So if we read 10 chapters, that takes us to 20, 36, 46, 56,
Yeah. And maybe when it gets nearer the end, we have to read in smaller chunks because there's more to
Yeah.
talk about or like more happening or more whatever. But I guess we'll figure that out on
Yes.
Monday and Wednesday.
Yeah. For sure. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Woo! Woo!
Yeah, it was good when we were today. Exciting.
It's a good one. It's a good book. I'm glad we picked this one.
Yeah. Yes, I'm very glad you picked it. I wouldn't have read it probably unless I decided to read all of her back list. But it probably wouldn't have been one that called to my attention.
Yeah, and I still haven't read the blurb, and I'm not going to read the blurb because I don't want even the hint of a spoiler.
Okay. And it's literally, yeah, you're good. Like
I do though. Keep looking at the front cover because it's something like the little tagline on it is, "It's a lesson she'll never forget." Who's not gonna, who is she? Who's she? She's not gonna forget. Who's she?
yeah, I haven't seen that because I really only have been looking at the audiobook cover. So it doesn't have that on there. Interesting.
Yeah. So,
It looks like there's a male narrator. There's Lindsay Howard and Danny Monttooth.
in your audiobook?
Yeah. Danny.
Have you heard more than one voice?
I don't think so.
Huh.
Dun. I think I'll find out more on Monday, but yeah.
So I'm wondering if we're going to get Nate's point of view.
Or Mr. Todd.
Yeah. Or the high school boy, Hudson.
Oh, Hudson. Okay, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Huh. All right. I am looking forward to this. It's going to be hard to not read this over the weekend.
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
Yeah. I have to put it aside. I can't even think about it anymore because I don't want to finish it.
Reading it, and we're going to keep reading. If we keep reading it, we're going to want to keep reading it more. That's why I always had to only read the homework. Like I read the homework like that morning because I have to keep reading.
Yeah. Because if I start reading it over the weekend, I'll just finish the whole book.
Mm-hmm.
I won't be able to stop.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So when is the real quick off-topic question? When is your book club reading lessons in chemistry?
November.
Are you like? I need to read that book. I haven't read it yet, and I haven't continued with your video. I haven't continued with anyone's video, to be honest. So don't hold your breath on that one. But
so I am gonna miss, which makes me super sad. I'm gonna miss my book club in November because I'll be in the US.
Okay.
And I'm so bummed because that Lessons in Chemistry is a book that I would have really wanted to talk about with them because most of the ladies in my book club are from that generation, like from that era. They would have been they are, I guess, the same age as the narrator, as the main character. So it would have been interesting just to hear what they thought of it. But yeah, I'm going to be in the US. I'll miss it.
Oh, that's exciting. You're going to be in the US though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I'm in the process of getting some clients booked and trying to find some more clients to book. So, but I'll be there like up until just before Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay.
So 3 weeks.
Oh, wow. That's nice.
Yeah. I'm excited. Yeah. It's coming up quick though, as I keep looking at the dates.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy.
Holy cow. I got so much to do before I go. Do any of that today. So tomorrow and Friday are going to be like very, very, very sit at your computer, do the work.
Okay. Yeah.
So anyway, all that to say, if you would like, we should maybe run it by the, it's a long book. So I don't know if it's good for Treehouse.
Okay.
But maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess we could think about it. We still have what? Today's the 9th, right? We still have 20 days to figure it out.
Yeah. Yep.
And
actually, you know what? I'm not going to be able to do anything in November.
Okay, because you'll be in America.
Yeah. But and then December, I guess we'll talk about, do we want to do the Christmas Christmas at Hedgehog Hollow, or was it Christmas at the Christmas Pot Cafe or something?
It's the Hedgehog Hollow one, right?
I
Because
don't I can't remember which one it was.
I'd want to read them in order. So I'd want to read 3 through
Not
6, 3 through 5, or it's only 3 books actually, but still, I'd want to read those 3 before I read book 6. So I don't know.
all right. So then we need to figure out what we're doing at Christmas.
Yeah, are you going to be in Portugal? Are you going to be like doing something during that time?
I should be back in Portugal.
Okay.
Yeah, unless something great happens and I'm somewhere else, but I should be back here.
Okay.
I have a flight bringing me back. So I will say
That's
that.
scheduled. Okay, cool. Yeah.
I have a flight booked that will bring me back here.
Uh-huh.
Plus, Christmas is my favorite time of year. So, I mean, I've got a tree to decorate. I've got cookies to make.
Yes.
I've got things to
Uh-huh.
do here in my own house.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. Sounds good.
But, you know, I'm open for better offers. We'll see.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, have a good weekend.
Yes,
Have a
you
good
too.
weekend, Mika.
Yes, Mika.
I'll
Mm-hmm.
see you on Monday.
All right. See you Monday. Bye-bye. Have a nice night.
Bye.